Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of The Executioners, a Hong Kong action flick from 1993 that stars Michelle Yeoh, Maggie Cheung, Anita Mui, and Anthony Wong. It was directed by Johnnie and Ching Siu-tung, and serves as a sequel to The Heroic Trio, which came out earlier in the same year. They really cranked this one out. Executioners reunites the main characters of the Heroic Trio in a dark, post-apocalyptic story, set in a world ravaged by war, torn by social and political strife, and desperately short of uncontaminated water. The Wonder Woman, played by Anita Mui, has abandoned her role as a crime fighter in order to become a better mother and wife. The Invisible Girl, played by Michelle Yeoh, has finally accepted her true role as a hero and strives to atone for the evil deeds she committed while under the influence of her former evil master. The Thief Catcher, played by Maggie Cheung, is still up to her old ways, just trying to make a profit out of a bad situation. They fight against a man named Mr. Kim, played by Anthony Wong, who has monopolized the world's drinkable water supply. Now, this movie touches upon some serious issues, hence the reference to social and political strife in the plot synopsis, some of which are instigated by the bad guys. So as an example, early on they cause a riot between the government and the citizens. Things like that. And The Executioners takes itself very seriously, probably a bit too seriously, to be honest. This is a very heavy movie in terms of tone. Unfortunately, it fails to properly earn its melodramatic moments. There's a lot of scheming between the characters, but the script writing lacks the depth and nuance required to make it truly interesting. And because of these weaknesses, there are some dull patches to sit through as well. In my opinion, I thought the conflicts in the Heroic Trio were better, despite the crazier tonal shifts and sillier plotline, really. Now, on the positive side, the actresses do help to make this film watchable. As an added bonus, Takeshi Kaneshiro and Lau Ching-wan have supporting roles, so that was nice. Pretty loaded cast when you think about it. Set designs and lighting are pretty atmospheric. We get some warm colors like oranges and some greens mixed in. The action, though, is a little bit odd in this one. We get a brief fight during the opening scene when one of our ladies has to fight off a few men who are trying to hijack her supply truck. But if I had to describe most of the action design in The Executioners, I'd probably describe it as like small-scale military engagements, if that makes any sense. I mean, they probably went this route to emphasize the oppressive society within the story. It's less of a crazy WTF superhero film when compared to the Heroic Trio. There are a limited number of action set pieces during the opening hour. Pacing in this is pretty slow. And even though those little conflicts are pretty good, they are lacking in memorable individual moments within them, outside of the body explosions. Yes, this film, one of the highlights of this film is the ridiculous number of deaths by bomb explosion, which is certainly amusing and is a positive. But, the choreographed action really doesn't kick into high gear until really the final half hour. I did enjoy the fights between Michelle and the dude with the hat, and there's some good fight choreography in there. And the final fight against Anthony Wong is entertainingly violent. But, similar to the story, I enjoyed the action more in the Heroic Trio when compared to this sequel. So The Executioners, it's really more of like a cautious recommendation for me. If you enjoyed the Heroic Trio, you should probably give this one a shot. I would say lower your expectations a little bit going into this, though. Now, both of these films are available in a Blu-ray box set, a fairly new one, from Criterion. And it is nice to see some of these Hong Kong movies get high-definition releases, since many of the prior DVD versions were not very good. So, if you've seen this one, let me know what you think, and if you think it stacks up to the original film. And as always, I'll see you next time.